Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about Albert Einstein, the genius to know. We'll see him from the other side of the history. We all know that Albert Einstein is a great scientist. He always says that there are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. It shows that your inquisitiveness, how you should develop your inquisitiveness. We all know that Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879, died on 18th April 1955. He's basically a German-born theoretical physicist who developed the theory of relativity, one of the two pillars of modern physics alongside quantum mechanics. His works is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. He is best known to the general public for his mass energy equivalence, E is equal to mc square, which has been dubbed the world's most famous equation. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory subsequently. Now, this has been his scientific history. Let's see the other side of him, how the Albert Einstein is to influence the people and how he used to the other side of Albert Einstein. He was supposedly slow to talk. The man himself told his biographer he didn't start speaking until at age 3. Stanford economist Dr. Thomas Sowell even coined the controversial term Einstein syndrome to describe exceptionally bright people whose speech is delayed. When Albert Einstein was 5 years old, his father showed him a simple pocket compass, which was mesmerized Einstein. And then he always kept on thinking what force exerted itself on the little needle to make it point in a single direction. And for many years, he has been thinking on this. And this has been the basic fascination towards science. And then Albert Einstein used to always converse with his wife, and his wife often used to suggest him that to dress more professionally whenever he was heading to work. Then he used to say, "Why should I?" He invariably used to argue, "Because now everyone knows me there, so why should I dress more formally?" Then at a time when Einstein was to attend a first major conference, she almost begged him to dress up a bit. Then he said, "Why should I? Because no one knows me there." And that's the funny side of Einstein. Once after a Zionist leader, the first president of Israel, died, Einstein was asked to accept the post of president of Israel. At the age of 73, he declined. In his official letter of refusal, he says that he lacked the natural aptitude and the experience to deal properly with people. What a truly gentlemanship. Then part of Einstein's charm was his disheveled look. In addition to his uncombed hair, one of Einstein's peculiar habits was to never wear socks. He used to think that socks were a pain because they often would get holes in them. Einstein loved to smoke. He used to say that he was a pipe smoker, that pipe smoking contributes to a somewhat calm and objective judgment in all human affairs. That was his feeling. He was the inventor of a popular refrigerator. So when he operated the refrigerator using a compressed gas, and he was also moved to create the device after reading about a Berlin family killed by toxic fumes from their fridge. He wanted to have a non-chemical based refrigerator. Although he patented for the topic in 1930, and this was soon overshadowed by freon-based compressors, which became ultimately very, very popular. Although they are more efficient, but they are more damaging to the environment. And then Albert Einstein was often asked to explain the general theory of relativity, which he used to explain very funnily that put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. And then he used to say, sit with a pretty girl for an hour, it seems like a minute. And that's relativity. What a funny way of telling. And he used to say, whenever the people used to ask him of D is equal to mc square, I don't even know what that means. And once he is also known for his forgetfulness. One day the driver cab did not recognize him and he forgot his home address. So then Einstein asked his driver whether he knows Einstein's home. Driver said, "Who does not know Einstein's address? Everyone known in Princeton knows. Do you want to meet him?" Einstein replied, "I'm Einstein. I forgot my home address. Can you take me there?" The driver reached him to his home. Once Einstein was traveling from Princeton on a train when the ticket conductor came and asked him the ticket. So then he looked at the seat beside him, still he couldn't find it. Then the conductor said, "I'm sure you bought a ticket, don't worry about it." Einstein nodded appreciatively. The conductor continued down the aisle punching tickets. As he was ready to move the next car, he turned around and saw the great physicist down on his hands and knees looking under his seat for his ticket. The conductor rushed back and said, "Dr. Einstein, don't worry. I know who you are, no problem. You don't need a ticket. I'm sure you bought one." Einstein looked at him and said, "Young man, I too know who I am, but I don't know where I'm going." So when Einstein met Charlie Chaplin, Einstein said, "What I admire most about your art is its versatility. You do not say a word, and yet the world understands you." "It's true," replied Charlie Chaplin, "but your fame is even greater. The world admires you when nobody understands you." That's the most funny way of thinking. And about education, Einstein says education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. What a great idea.